All right, and it is my pleasure today to welcome you to Industry Day at Pi World 2019 in San Francisco. Thanks everyone for coming. And just to introduce myself, I'm Mariana Sandin, Industry Principal for the Forest and Paper Products at OSIsoft. I know many of you already. For those of you who do not know me, I am the caretaker for the industry at OSI, and that means I work with you on a global basis, finding use cases, best way to apply our products within your different processes. And I'm really excited to be here today. So we're going to get started just saying welcome. And I think Pi World, we changed the name for our conference a couple of years ago. And as you can see on this slide, these are all the different regions represented in this room today, or at least for this industry today. So we have people coming from Europe, from the Czech Republic. We have people from the East Coast, the West Coast, from Canada, and also from Latin America, from Chile and Argentina. So this is really an international audience. But if we look at the conference as a whole, we have people from all around the world. So about 50 countries are represented in this event. So I encourage you to, talk to people in a different language or from a region that you haven't been. And I'm sure you're going to make good connections, and you're going to learn a lot from your peers and from other industries as well. And I call this presentation, The Future is Now, or The Future is the New Today. And I know this sounds cliche, but the thing is, it's really true. I think we've been talking about the millennial generation, for the past 5 to 10 years. But the truth is that the millennial generation in the industry has been in the industry for about 10 years now. I'm borderline millennial. I'm one of the first ones there. And I've been in the software industry for more than 13 years today. So we are here. This is not new. The future is really today. I do believe that in the case of digital transformation, that is a term that we've been hearing a lot, there are some things that are key to make it happen, and that I'm seeing with great excitement that the pulp and paper industry is adopting. One of those things, or one of those values, is collaboration. More and more of you are creating groups that are working together from different from different backgrounds, different teams, in one same place to create innovative ways to solve problems that have been affecting the industry for a very long time. This is creating innovation. This is creating new ways to look at the same problems. And it's also being done in a very agile way. If you were at the keynote yesterday, one of the things that you noticed from the presentation from DCP Midstream that I thought was great was the concept of having a different way to do things. Be agile about it. Have these small sprints where you try something, be quick to fail, but quick to learn as well, in order to find new solutions. And this ultimately will drive excellence in the long term. So for digital transformation, I think these 4 values are key to make it happen and to be successful at it. I'm happy to see that some of you are already doing this, and I'm really excited to be part of that process. And some of you are trying to find your way around it. So just keep in mind that we require new values and be able to work differently to survive in the long run and to continue growing in this fantastic industry. All this will create transformation. And speaking of transformation, we're going to have a few presentations from customers and partners that will showcase some of that transformation that is happening in the industry. So on the manufacturer side, we will have a presentation from International Paper. I always say, Rick, and I have to say it, our rockstar presenter, Rick Smith, is doing a presentation later this morning. Miroslav is coming from Mundi, all the way from the Czech Republic, and he's also showing us what he's been doing at Mundi and in this journey towards transformation. Pixel Specialty Solutions, they're going to talk about asset health. And we have several partners working with them. So with Pixel, we have KCF Technologies, and I don't see Ben or Jacob here, but they will be doing the presentation for them. And for the users group meeting, we have Industrial Insight and Reengage as our champions leading that discussion. You probably know Jim Gavigan, and we will introduce Rick Ermlich to our community in the forest and paper products. So this is our morning program, and I know these are housekeeping slides, but I want you to know what's coming in case you want to go see other presentations from other industries. We are going to be at the Park 55 for the whole day for forest and paper products. So if you want to go to the Hilton for another presentations, just make sure to come back whenever you want to continue your program with us. So to start off the day, we have Ahmad Fatahi and Leila Chaouki-Juneau that you also know, talking about machine learning and artificial intelligence. Then we have Rick Smith with habits of a highly effective problem solver. Then we have Miroslav to talk about the operational excellence and industry transformation at Mundi. And then we will have Ryan Klosevesk to talk about data quality and governance. These are going to be, this particular talk, I think it's going to be very interesting for those of you that are looking at your data infrastructure at the enterprise level to really understand best practices that can be applied to manage all the data that you have already in your PI systems or new data that you want to put in. So this is all in the morning. Then we break at 12:30 for lunch till 2:30, and lunch is going to be served at the Hilton. So after 2:30, make sure to come back so we can continue with the afternoon and evening program. At 2:30, we will have Pete Long, Ben Lawrence, and Jacob Lofrecht presenting operations and management and maintenance and new BFFs. And afterwards, we're going to have a best practices panel where we are going to focus more on the people aspect of their different projects. So that's going to be a very interesting conversation with them. And then at 4:30, we have the users group meeting. This is different from all the other programs that you will see on the app or in the other agendas. Most of the users group meetings for other industries begin at 4:45. So we are starting a little bit earlier, so I can let you go a little bit earlier. And then we meet for dinner at 7:30 at the Boulevard restaurant. I sent a reminder last week for you to register to this dinner. If you did not, let me know. We are at capacity, but I wanna make sure that none of my customers are left behind. So if you're not registered, let me know later during the break, and we'll see what we can do. Very well. So then during the day, there are a lot of things going on. We have the Partner and Product Expo from 10 to 7. There is a reception for the Partner Expo starting at 5:30. So hopefully right after our users group meeting, you can head to the Hilton and meet with the partners, grab a drink. And I want to remind you to really take advantage of the labs. If you've registered for a lab, it should be on the back of your badge. If you didn't and are still interested, look at the agenda. Look on the website. I know it tells you if it is sold out or not. So if it is not sold out, you can go to registration and add it to your calendar. And day 3, that is tomorrow, and we have a deep dive into the product track, the product talks and the developer track. All right, so after today, we're going to hear great use cases, success stories. But how do we keep in touch after this? I want to invite you first, exchange your contact information. You can always send emails. But we can also continue the conversation on Pi Square. This is our community, open community forum where you can sign up for free. You don't need to do anything else. Only sign up with your email address. And you can ask questions about anything Pi in that community. And it is run by our clients, our customers using the Pi system. So you will hear responses from your peers about any questions that you may have. We also have a paper group or a pulp and paper group where we have content specifically for the industry. So if you're struggling with getting started with AF, for example, we have templates for an integrated mill that you can use and leverage as a starting point. So I will recommend that you sign up for Pi Square and join our group for pulp and paper. The other way is also on LinkedIn. And actually, I would like to invite you, and this is probably the only time in the day that I'm going to ask you to take out your smartphone. And if you have the LinkedIn app, I would like you to open it. And I'm going to go get mine. All right, so I have it here. And please open LinkedIn. I know some of us are already very active in there. And on this LinkedIn app, you have little people at the bottom of the screen. These are like two little dudes there. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to find each other on LinkedIn. And this only works when we are here in the same room with Bluetooth enabled. It doesn't work after you close the application, so don't worry about it. On the top of the screen in the middle, there is a thing that says Find Nearby. Click on it. And now I can see some of you are already in this room. And this way we can add to our net, we can add each other as a friend on LinkedIn, and we can continue the conversation after today. So please go ahead. I'm gonna invite the first two that I have here. I'm gonna keep it open throughout the day in case you want to contact me that way. But this is a great way to keep in touch. All right, this is also my contact information if you want to follow up with any questions or comments after the conference. My email address, this is the link for our Pi Square group. And of course, if you want to find me on LinkedIn later today, in case you don't have the app right now, I'm happy to have you all in my network. So far we have 2 minutes. I know I cover very little of good content, but a lot of housekeeping slides. So are there any questions in the room? I'll take that as a no. Another way that we are going to use to ask questions is Slido. You've probably used it before in another event, so sli.do. You can ask comments, post questions, vote for questions that the other people ask, and that should make things more interactive. And we're going to keep an eye on it so we can answer all your comments through that website. So with that, again, welcome everyone to Pi World 2019. Thanks for being here, and we'll get started in just a minute with our first talk of the day.